It's not strength that we're selling, it's the illusion of strength.
Tie your identity to your strength, not to your vanity.
I like that. I feel confident in saying that you can get 80 to 90% of like the longevity, looking really good for your age, all of that we all want, but we're talking about women here, with living a healthy lifestyle.
Signs of a quality life, of health, that should be celebrated more than, oh, you have nice toned arms.
Because again, you can fake that. That's the illusion of strength. And then we see real strength every day.
Seeing people get stronger is what makes me the happiest about this job. And like, who cares? Yeah, after a while, you're going to look better. It just is what it is. So stop hyperfixating on that.
Welcome to the spooky version of the Beefit Brothers podcast.
Get my hoochie shorts on.
Before
we start this podcast, where can I get myself some wrestling little shorts?
www.wrestling.com.
Unless you got some for me.
I got some.
Mine.
I'll bring some extra. Guys, is this too short? Comment below.
Too short is subjective, so.
Too short is a rapper.
Today
we are
going to discuss...
I think it's time we talk about this article.
This viral Time magazine. How viral was it?
Not viral at all.
No, it was viral.
Are articles even viral anymore?
Yes, because I saw it on like 3 different occasions.
Whoa.
I know.
You plugged in.
I saw it on x.com and I saw it on Instagram.
X will forever be Twitter for me. I don't care how
It's
often.
stupid.
The sketch has to rebrand it.
It's stupid,
It's
but
a moron.
anyway, I follow the rules, so X it is.
We're starting a lot of problems. This thing looks super crooked, by the way.
No, it's
No, I know it's probably leveled on top, but
it
God,
is.
that thing looks
I
crooked.
know, it's crazy. So the article
Yeah. What is that
titled
about?
"How Toned Arms Became a Status Symbol."
You probably should have worn a sleeveless shirt for this one.
I don't have toned arms. All right, Time viral article.
It's time to talk about it.
How toned arms became a status symbol.
God, this is asinine to me. I'm going to be very cynical this podcast.
Hold on, the second part
Just
of
a heads up.
How it became a status symbol and an impossible beauty standard.
Impossible. It is impossible. How is it impossible?
I don't know, the words says it itself. Impossible.
God, that's terrible.
Might be one of the cringiest quotes of all time.
Yeah.
I know it's big on female empowerment and stuff, but
Let's not talk about that. What the hell
Speaking
is
of
going on here?
female-
What the hell's going on here, man? What are we doing in this day and age? What's going on?
I don't know. Tell me, you're having a very visceral reaction to it. So what
What
are you feeling?
I hate the term toned arms.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like the terminology. I mean, I know what they're going for and I know what they mean, but I don't like the verbiage of it.
So if I had to sum it up, what they meant by this article, first of all, the author wasn't taking a stance either way. They were just saying, this is something we've noticed. This is why it can be good. This is some problematic things about it. But it was basically saying that it's, there's always a beauty standard and we've gone through trends. Sometimes being really thin is trendy. Sometimes in the old days, actually being a little bit overweight was
The Victorian
better.
era. In the Victorian era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now it seems like you not only need to be skinny, but you also have to be slightly muscular and get that quote unquote toned look, that lean, like ripped look. And it showcases a lot of celebrities, people like Serena Williams and Lauren Sanchez, which is Bezos'
wife?
Yeah.
She's ripped. Ever since she went to the
she's
moon.
ripped.
She hasn't been the same since she went to the moon.
That's a whole nother
Went
topic.
to the moon, am I right?
But it's basically saying that
Wait, she just went to space. Sorry.
she went to the moon. We haven't gone
Exactly.
to the moon since we faked that moon. Since we faked that moon landing.
Am I right?
So it's just saying that now there's another layer to, okay, now this is the standard. You not only have to be thin, but also have to be like kind of muscular. Like you can't just get away with not working out and being thin.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, a lot of women got away with back in the day. I'm saying got away like if it's something
Like, huh?
it's something bad.
We
But
snuck in. It is bad objectively. You can say being skinny, especially as in older age, leads to more like fragility.
well, so yes, we're
jumping
gonna.
way too many
You
guns.
are as usual, but we are gonna talk about how there's obviously good things about like when the standard becomes work out and be healthier. That's a good thing.
100%.
But then when the standard becomes you have to look this way because the dirty little secret is just because you have toned arms doesn't mean that you're healthy. We've talked about this a lot on this podcast. Yeah. It's just one piece of
the puzzle.
And you might be super healthy and work out and do all these things that are good for you and not have quote unquote toned arms.
Yeah. And I am a proponent to anything that makes people more active and makes them healthier. And I think a push towards strong is definitely a push in the right direction. But the problem I have with it stems from, and I think we're going to get into it, when people view it strictly for aesthetics. So, and I have seen a shift. It's funny, actually, they talk about this. In our female clients, I think the most spoken about part of their body lately is the arms, especially with my personal clients. It's a lot of they're self-conscious about their tricep fat and they want to wave like Princess Diana or whatever. And they look at each other and they're like, oh, how do I get the cuts like this? So I definitely think it is trending. And I like that we're going away from like the whole 90s, oh, be skinny era.
I agree with that. I never liked that was a standard. Oh, just be super thin, and then the thigh gap is stupidity of that. So yeah, it says that women's participation in weight training has risen from 11% to 14% in just a few years, which doesn't seem that high. I think it's actually higher than that.
It's probably higher now, I would guess. Maybe we're just in a vain market.
And by the way, the reason we're talking about this, because you can always be cynical and be like, why are two guys talking about women's beauty standards? And it's because we train a lot of women.
Yeah,
and we've trained a lot of women in the past.
80% of our clients are women.
And this is talking about physiques and toned arms, and that's kind of what we do for a living. So,
so before you judge,
we're qualified. But yeah, so let's talk about. I want to split it into like what does this mean like from a cultural standpoint, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, like we always do.
Let's do it.
So the good.
Wait, I haven't even introduced us.
You're right.
Guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Be Fit Brothers podcast, where fitness meets common sense. That's fitness, and I'm common sense.
We are the Arana brothers. We never say our last names, but we're brothers.
We're brothers, in case you guys couldn't tell.
From the title.
Technically, we're the Aranya brothers, but once we came to this country, they took our Enye. So we're fighting to get that back.
I still miss it.
He misses it a lot. It affects us on a day-to-day basis. So let's get right into the nitty-gritty.
Let's. Remember when as kids, I used to say Arana, and you used to hate that and be like, it's Arana in English.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Americans.
There's a shift in realizing that skinny, as you get older, as opposed to being strong, is detrimental. Joanna Strober, CEO of some health thing, says. And Joanna is totally right.
Yeah, and I agree with her. And I think being strong is a great standard to have. Like whether it reflects on your arms or not. Unfortunately, this whole arm thing is not great because, as we know, genetics has such a big role. Like, you can have nice arms and not do anything, or you can work out like an animal and maybe your arms aren't as defined because it just wasn't in the cards for you. But I do like the push in strength because, as we know, especially for women as they get older, they have the bone density issues, and we want people to be as strong as possible, not frail and skinny.
And by the way, that bone mineral density is way more common. Like, osteoporosis is way more common in women than women think, especially young women, because obviously young people, we don't care too much. Am I right? Look at young people don't tend to not think too much about the future.
Yeah, they don't.
At 22 or whatever.
They don't.
A 29-year-old like me doesn't. You are the most shot out 29-year-old I've ever seen. But you know what I mean? They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, how do I get toned arms?
Yeah, how do I look like my friend Becky, whose arms look great?
And remember, we're talking about the positive, but as we veer a little bit off of that, one of my pet peeves about the skinny thing is that, like I said earlier, a lot of women thought they could get away with not working out because they're skinny.
Yeah.
So this is one of the problems with only looking at exercise as a means to an end, and the end is be skinny.
Yeah.
Because we've said it before, and I'll say it a million times, the stupidity of the amount of people, usually women, that say, oh, you're skinny. Why are you even working out? Like, why are you here at the gym?
Yeah, and that I haven't heard in a while, which is great. And then I think this goes back to the positive.
Because we own a strength training gym.
True. No, but I mean, like, I know friends that don't come here, and they're girls, and they're like naturally skinny, and it's like, oh, I run, but I'm starting to get more into weight training because I don't want to be just skinny. Like, I want some definition. I want to grow my glutes, which is
but again, it's
something we didn't
aesthetic.
100%. I'm not saying it's not. That's where I said in the beginning my issue stems from.
Yeah.
We want it to be like our ideal clients come in, guys, and they're like, oh, I want to be strong. I want to feel better. I want to have more confidence, energy.
And that's on the rise, I will say.
That's great. That's what we want. And the aesthetic shift will come with that. So what I was saying with the skinny people, that the skinny women especially, that I'm into, we kind of glossed over. We said the cocaine skinny chic movement in the 90s. 2000s was kind of the same skinny, big boobs. 2010s was all glutes. Like, everybody just wanted, I want a bigger butt, I want a bigger butt, I want a bigger butt. That's kind of taking its second place.
Artist for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not a reggaeton artist. That's now kind of secondary to this whole toned arm movement, which I don't mind because, having a big butt, we know where that went.
I think having a big butt is never gonna go out of style. Maybe I could be wrong.
No, I don't think it's going out of style, but I'm thinking it's taking like
a back seat.
A backside.
Yeah, or the arms is just kind of rising alongside
yeah,
with
so it. Kind of like.
Yeah. But let's talk about what this lady said, whoever this is, Joanna. I do think that a lot of people, and I do, as much as I hate on social media has a lot to do with a positive shift in women starting to think about training differently. It's not all a means to an end. And we see it here. I'm proud to say that a lot of our clientele, it's not about aesthetic. It's about mental health. It's about protecting themselves and using it as an insurance policy for their future and to feel better now, like to feel better, to be strong, to be empowered. These are all positive things.
Definitely. Even we've seen shifts from people that just come in seeking the aesthetics and they're like, oh, I want to be able to do a pull-up. I want to hit a PR with my chest press. Like these things that normally you wouldn't really see women talking about 10 years ago. Like women didn't really care if they could do a chin-up or how much they could bench or anything like that. And now we've kind of seen that shift and we see it here all the time.
Yeah, and that's why, like you said with the BBL and other shortcuts that people take, when you look at it just as a means to an end, well, why not bypass the whole exercise altogether? If all I want is a big butt or whatever arms, why don't I just go to a surgeon for that? Or somebody else is promising me that without all that hard work of lifting weights and all of that.
Especially if you're inherently lazy, which a lot of people are.
And I would like to get one thing out that is still not apparent to most people, which is just because a woman has toned arms doesn't mean that is the strongest, most disciplined person in the gym. As a matter of fact, I'm confident in somebody who's owned the gym for so long to say that they're not the hardest workers. They're usually ones that are genetically gifted. Of course, there are hard workers that have worked their asses off to get to where they're at. But usually it's somebody that doesn't have to try that hard and is, just genetically doesn't store fat in their arms and has leaner looking arms. Whereas somebody who busts her butt in the gym 6 days a week, you might not see as toned of a look. There's no correlation there.
A perfect example. I trained 2 women and where they're both in their mid-50s and they literally come back to back. It's perfect. One is hyper obsessed and fixated on her arms. Her arms wants to get toned. Podcast. Yeah, because she's a perfect model for how these things. She's obsessed with toning her arms. She does tricep extensions all the time. I tell her you can't spot reduce, whatever. But I still do a lot of arms to appease her. Well, and God bless her, not a lot of definition in the arms. I train another lady.
By the way, looks great.
Looks amazing.
Looks great.
I tell her all the time. I tell her all the time, I'm like, look, you have all of this else going for you. Stop fixating on this. Whatever.
And it's not like her arms are fat or anything. It's just not super toned.
And not to her standard, which is a very harsh standard.
Yes.
Then the lady, she comes 3 times a week with me, and then she does one day of strength training on her
Logs all her exercises.
Everything. Eats clean, has a nutrition plan, all of this. The next client I have, who's even older than her, comes once a week. And I know she does whatever she wants, and I love her to death. She's amazing. Has toned arms. Yesterday she came in, just held the weight.
She's ripped.
Ripped. And the other lady's looking at her like, how the hell do I get that? I train them the same. This one with much less volume. So am I doing something wrong as a trainer? No, it's literally just genetics.
Okay, and let's go down that road. The first lady, who's the super disciplined one, will ask the second lady at a dinner party, what do you do? And the answer is, I train once a week and I eat whatever the hell I want. Does that mean that is the recipe for toned arms? Obviously not, but that's what I want you guys to understand because I can say it till I'm blue in the face. You're all gonna ignore me, but looking at someone, and, oh my God, what's your secret?
Well, let me tell you.
Exactly. What's your secret, Vic? I would love to do your diet. Please, can I?
Yesterday I ate half a bag of Milanos.
There you go.
After dinner.
Milanos, who does that?
Shout out to Pepperidge Farm.
Okay, but to finish off this positive side, it is an empowering thing for women. And I heard it being discussed in the article, and I don't want to get into this because it's not a political podcast, but I don't even know how I'm going to say this without rolling my eyes. But as women's rights are taken away, then they need something to like make them feel
Yeah,
empowered. That's what the article said. I didn't say that.
I saw that too. They were taking away the abortion rights and all that, and they have to
Yeah.
do something that makes them feel like
I
empowered.
still have some control.
And hey, more power to you. No pun intended. More power to you. I love seeing girls come in and feel strong. Like for me, that actually makes me feel good as a trainer. Like this shift of not like, oh, I'm burning out HIIT and I'm doing a step class and I'm doing Pilates. Sorry, girls, you're not gonna get the body you want doing Pilates. Look me in the eyes when I say that.
Oh man,
You're not gonna get the body you want.
We're gonna get a lot of hate, a lot of dislikes here.
Am I wrong?
A lot of dislikes.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you know, whatever gets you moving, but at the end of the day, if
That's a polite way to say no.
I'm supposed to be the aggressive one here,
I
playing
saw
good cop.
I saw a Pilates instructor speaking about how she strength trains and does Pilates, and she said
That lady's phenomenal, by the way.
She's great.
Her
You saw her?
monologue, yeah.
Great.
I sent that to a bunch of people.
she's great. She said literally like, I do Pilates because it makes me feel good. It strengthens my core, my mobility, all this other good stuff. But to put on weight and to add bone density and to increase my bone density, all this stuff, I have to strength train.
Also, remember that strength is relative. If you're a weak, lazy couch potato, then going from doing that to any type of movement, you're gonna get stronger because your body is moving. But you know, don't conflate it with strength training. It's a different thing. But let's not get into all that. Another quote from the article.
Quote me.
I'll quote you. The thing about strength training is it's democratic. But today,
I thought they were talking politics.
I'll tell you what she means by that. But today, what's being sold to women isn't strength itself, but the illusion of it. I love this quote.
Yep, and
By
that's-
the way, did you look at this lady that said that?
Un poquito tosquita. Está un poquito tosca. I
I
saw
will
her. and I
not
thought
make comments on
thought-
women's bodies
I thought it
here.
was an advertisement, but está un poquito tosquita.
Tosquísima.
Yeah, I saw her. Maybe crossed arms is not the best look for you. So that's the part of that's upsetting to me. It's not lift to look strong, to be strong. It's lift. Like it's like to be photo ready. To always be ready for your Instagram posts and your lighting. Like, are we doing it for all the wrong reasons? I mean, does it really matter?
Exactly.
I guess?
Like
But
what she meant about democratic is that anyone could do it. You know, it's like it's not a guarded thing. Anyone could go out there and be stronger. It's very empowering, like we said. But I love this because this is exactly right. It's not strength that we're selling. It's the illusion of strength. It's everything that we just said of, you know, people looking at other people and be like, wow, you must XYZ. Wow, you must have so much discipline in the gym. Wow, you must eat super clean.
And I think
at the end of the day, that's just the illusion of that. It's like the guy that rents the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
It's the illusion of wealth.
It's for me, the messed up part of that is that the person that goes out of their way and starts a fitness routine, and let's say whatever, they have some sort of something that they couldn't work out, then they were consistent at the gym, they busted their ass, and now they're consistent at the gym. They have a consistent gym lifestyle. They might not look that way, but they're consistent. They don't get celebrated nearly as much as, oh, Juanita walked in and has great arms. Right away, Juanita's getting all the attention. It's like, oh my God, what do I have to do to look like this? Nobody says, how did you go from being lazy to working out 5 days a week? I think that should be celebrated much
100%.
more.
Preach, man. Now we're getting into a sad reality of life, which is the privilege of just being either genetically gifted or have beauty privilege or having some trait that is desired. Like it's like people with really pretty eyes. Like they didn't do anything to get those eyes, but
me?
they're gonna get 1 million followers on Instagram because you have very unique looking eyes. So it's the same thing with this. Unfortunately, and we're not gonna fix that with this podcast. We're not gonna fix it, honestly, ever. You could be the type of person that is a badass, does amazing things, posts about it on social media, and you're gonna get a few claps, but you're not gonna get as many as the girl who has a tiny waist and a big ass, probably doesn't even work out, and just posts bathing suit pictures all the time on Instagram. That's gonna get more attention.
Sad,
I'm sorry,
vain
but
reality.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. But what I would say is keep posting all that badass shit. Be the one that doesn't just celebrate the body, but what the body can do.
Agreed. So something that I especially always talk about is how easy it is to jip things nowadays in this day and age. Like you can go online and put your physique and let's say like what upsets me so much is the girls that got a BBL, they do this and they're like, oh, here's my gym routine. It's like, bitch, I don't want your BBL gym routine. You clearly just went and got surgery.
It's like the Kardashian thing.
Yeah, as opposed to the girl that posts herself doing a 185-pound deadlift. Like that's empowering, that's strong. Like you earned that. You clearly worked your way up to that. You didn't just get a surgery and now you can do a 185-pound deadlift. That's something you build incrementally. And I agree. I said again, that must be celebrated so much more.
I just think that like if we are in control of these cultural norms and these beauty standards, why can't we make certain things more valuable. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what we value as a society. For example, and this is going to sound self-righteous, I really don't care. I value and celebrate certain things and who I follow and the information that I consume, and others, like, I could give a shit about. Like, because it doesn't, like, to me, I don't care if you made millions of dollars selling cigarettes. Like, you're selling cigarettes, like, you're an asshole, you know? I don't agree with that. It's the same with this kind of stuff. It's like, why do we celebrate women who just get BBLs and clearly don't live a fit lifestyle? And it's just like, oh, here's my looks. Like, everything's all about how I look. Yeah. Obviously, somebody's going in there and celebrating, and I blame a lot of men for this because they're the first ones going in there, and in the DMs.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't blame the men. I don't blame the men, because if it was only thirsty men and men commenting on the girl's profile, that already gives you more of like an OnlyFans girl kind of vibe.
Yeah.
If the girls are hopping in and celebrating and all that stuff, that's kind of like building the person's base up more as, oh, young women should follow and aspire, or older women to be this person. Whereas if women were to not comer esa mierda and celebrate the girl with a big butt and celebrate the one that's busting her ass at the gym or being strong, that paradigm shift, I feel like would affect.
Yeah, it's like a lot of women will be like, oh my God, this lady just came back from Colombia, did her whole body, but oh, slay queen, you're killing it, fire, fire, fire. But then behind her back, like, oh, she did all that. Oh my God, it's all artificial. So like, be more real. Be at least like, don't support the stuff that, you know, you don't align with morally, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting into another territory, but I want to say one thing because we haven't talked about it, and that's the myth that in order to get toned arms, I have to train a certain way. Well, we have entire podcasts on this, but we have to say it because what happens is women will come into a gym like ours and they'll be like, see, what I want is that toned look, but I don't want to get bulky. That's just what they say every time. And
so what you do is obviously lift lightweight for a lot of reps.
A lot of people listen to this podcast, even though they're trained at Be Fit, they're going to still be like caught off guard. Like, wait, isn't that true? Isn't lifting heavy going to make me bulky? And then lifting lighter going to... And that's the whole Pilates myth. Mm-hmm. That's why women love Pilates, because it's just heavy enough. I can do 50 repetitions
to build zero muscle.
So again, I'll say it again because we're an educational podcast, but muscles only grow and shrink. They grow in response to resistance. You need a lot of resistance to make it grow. They're not going to grow that much. Believe me, I've been trying to grow these skinny arms for 25 years.
They're not skinny.
They're scrawny as hell.
They're nice.
But anyway, and for women, it's very hard to get bulky. So lift heavy. Don't be afraid to lift heavy. And then when it comes to how toned you look, it's almost all about nutrition and, of course, genetics. But it's eating at a calorie deficit. Once you've built some muscle, it's getting rid of the fat that's on top of the muscle so you can see the muscle. That's what toned is.
Yeah,
it's just
lean muscle and body fat.
That's all it is. I have low body fat. That's the way that you look at it. So you should still be training heavy. You're not going to get bulky. We just have to get that out of the way.
Yeah. And also, if you're going to challenge me on the whole Pilates building muscle thing, find me somebody that does just Pilates.
Here we go.
And let's see that body, baby.
But I had a client that swore that she did Pilates once, and the next day she was slimmer.
Yeah.
A physical impossibility.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. I don't know.
And by the way, we're not hating on Pilates.
I'm not. I'm really not.
We're not. Really not. It sounds like we are.
No, I'm just saying.
We're going to have a Pilates instructor on here soon.
Okay, hopefully. I'm just saying objectively, Pilates alone does not build muscle.
It's like if we said, come to our strength training gym. Your cardio is going to be so good you can run marathons.
It's not
like
true.
We know what we're not.
It's not true. Yeah,
exactly.
It's just not true. And if they're selling you that, then they're selling you a lie. It's just not true.
Yeah, like we know we're not a, like, what would you call that? An all, when like you cover all the bases?
Yeah, like a general fitness, like, I don't know what to call it.
When you one-stop shop for fitness.
We're not a one-stop shop.
We're not. I mean,
we try our hardest. We do some HIIT at the end. We do things like that, but it's not gonna convert perfectly into, oh, I can run a marathon. I've been doing strength training. Like, it's
exactly.
Not
so just know your limitations and don't like make something out for what it isn't.
And be a jack of all trades. Do your strength training. Do your Pilates. Do your cardio. Like, do all these things. Don't just settle on one and, oh, I like Pilates because what? It's easier. It makes me feel good. Like,
that's the cynical take that some like women that do strength training, I've heard it before. Some of our clients have said it, like, oh yeah, well, she does Pilates because she doesn't want to do the hard shit. So it's like, I'm fit, I work out.
And I'm not saying it's because you don't want to do the hard thing. You might just like Pilates more, and that's okay.
That is perfectly okay.
That's fine.
I'm fine with that too. What I'm not fine with is when you get on Instagram and you start saying Pilates is the one thing that changes your body, and you can get really strong on it, and you can get whatever the body that you want. So this is probably the most interesting, I think, part of this whole debate, which is this impossible standard, quote unquote, because of course it's not impossible. It's highly unlikely for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just the way that society puts things out there, especially for the elites and the celebrities and people who are more privileged, we should say, that it's like, okay, this is a standard. Good luck, rest of like regular people, working moms. Like, you gotta have toned arms too. So let's talk about that. Like, how do you feel about like these standards?
Well, I mean, to be fair, as a man, the standards have never been fair either. Like, you look at Men's Health magazine and all these things, it's usually unless that time when they put that more on the situation in the front, it's usually a guy that's incredibly ripped, super vascular, and realistically, 97% of men are never even gonna get close to that.
Dude, you don't know, because my algorithm obviously shows me a lot of like dad in their 40s, fitness dad in their 40s. You don't know how many of these guys are trying to tell you, this is how I stay lean as a 46-year-old father of 3. And you look at the guy, you're like, steroids.
Yeah.
That's how.
Oh, that's how.
Super steroids, dude. Like, and I'm trying to think to myself, like, how do so many people not just see? And they do, because you see the comment and it's like needle.
Emoji, yeah.
But it's like, but then they get called haters because, oh, anyone who's leaner than me is on steroids. But as a fitness professional, a lot of them are on steroids. Like, they just look so out of this world that you're like, come on, man. Like, you're not even trying to look natural.
And then the unfortunate part for the rest of us is you're compared to that. And it's like, well, this guy's around your age, and how come you don't look like that? You're a trainer. It's like, well, because I'm genuine, and I'm not disingenuous with you. I'm telling you exactly what I'm on. And if I were to do testosterone, I would tell you.
And the worst part is, I love to go back to the Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man. I don't know if it was the first, but it was a long time ago Spider-Man, where back in like 2001 or whenever that was, the Tobey Maguire build was like muscular.
Yeah.
Like, wow, Tobey got like pretty ripped.
Wolverine.
And he looked...
Wolverine. The
like,
first Wolverine.
by today's standards, that guy could not even make it on like Instagram.
Even worse,
fitness.
the first Wolverine, estaba matado.
That one was pretty
Hugh
bad.
Jackman was bad.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
But
then again, that's
and then
what...
now he's at his oldest, the last one, Deadpool Wolverine, shredded to the bone. Oh, chicken. Yeah, a lot of chicken. Yeah, esta.
The thing is that's what a fit male physique should look like. It's not over the top. It's not veins coming out of everywhere. It's not
Especially
those boulder
at age 50.
shoulders. But anyway, we turned it from a woman's fitness thing to
Typical man.
mansplaining. But I mean, I do agree with you. It is tough for both sexes, but I think that for women, it's especially tough because women, like, guys can get away with like that dad bod look. Guys can get away with getting a little bit chubby. How many chubby guys you see with like a thin girl?
Have you seen the? Oh, all I want is this dad bod, and it's Henry Cavill and Superman. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like,
no, but you know what I mean. Like, women are clearly way more about
they're harsher,
the beauty,
more critical on each other.
I mean, there's a whole beauty industry that men aren't even a part of. It's makeup and skincare and this and that.
And like I was saying, women are so hypercritical of each other. They'll see each other.
That's what it is.
In a dress and be like, she wore that dress without the back with her little fat folds hanging out. And the guys are like, oh, she looks hot. Like, we don't really care. It's them competing against each other.
So then, with setting that stage, now we have the standard that is not just you have to be thin. That's not cool anymore. It's you have to be thin and muscular. So it's adding another layer of, geez, man, like now I gotta actually lift weights and diet,
which
and
we know is
whatever.
It takes time to work out. It takes money and some sort of nutritional savviness to cook for yourself or to eat well. So these are all, I guess that's where it's saying it's like almost impossible because you have all these things to balance and you're a busy mom. You have all these things going on. To also add on top of that, I got to strength train 3 to 4 times a week. I have to eat well. I have to sleep properly. Like, these are all, some might consider...
It's a lot. It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. And then it also becomes like body policing. Like, you're familiar with that term where it's like everybody telling each other what you should wear, how you should look, how you shouldn't look. And to push back on that, there's a lot of also like, I don't want to call it body positivity. Everything has been watered down so much, but there's a lot of women, I see them all the time on social media where they're like, this is what a fit body looks like. This is like, look, I work out 6 days a week and I'm visibly what you would call overweight. Or
you? No, you're okay.
Not me. There are people out there that are pushing back against and saying like, screw these standards. But for everyone else, it's like, nah, we really know what we all value. We value toned arms.
What upsets me is the BS of these people that are like, wear whatever you want, as long as you're comfortable in your own body. And they see you on the street like, why is she wearing that? Why is she wearing those shorts when her legs look like that? And it's like, if you are going to be accepting of people, be accepting of them. If they're happy in that, who cares?
And I'll be honest, number one, I do generally envy people that feel so comfortable in their bodies that are like, yeah, I'll go as a guy. I'll go shirtless on the beach and no problem. Like, I'm not that self-conscious because I feel that way. I'm one of those that, like, I could say all I want. Oh, this is what a natural physique should look like as a 38-year-old man.
I see it.
But at the end of the day, I'm comparing myself to those guys that are in the impossible standard, the TRT guys, the high testosterone, that are pushing all these kind of things because, that's just what you aspire. You always aspire to the person that's a level on top of you. So
it's also
I wouldn't even
harder.
know what advice to give you.
It's even harder when you're in our field because then not only are you comparing yourself, everyone else is comparing you. And it's like, oh, this is what this trainer looks like. And oh my God, but this guy's like way bigger. So, and we've talked about this before in the past, people are quick to judge you in this field.
That's what I was thinking about the other day, that those guys have ruined it for the rest of us, man. Like, it sucks. Not only are they going out there and selling programs based on their body that's juiced to the gills, but they're also claiming that they're natural. That's the worst part.
That's the upsetting
It's
part.
like, you can get like this naturally, and it's clearly a lie. Look what happened with Liver King. It was a perfect example, and I'm glad that happened because it showed what many of us, it's like, do I really have to say I told you so? Like, obviously, one look at that guy, not only was he on gear, he was doing $10,000 worth of steroids a month, right? So I could see that as a fitness professional because you and I know what's naturally achievable, but 90% of people don't. And those grifters, they make a fortune selling that shit. Yep. And you and I are here like selling these mid-physiques as, oh, this is what's achievable, guys. And they're like, yeah, F you. I'm going to go with the Liver King plan.
You think I'm mid?
Sorry, man, but
guys,
I'm harsh.
Comment below if you think I'm mid.
I was talking about myself, too. I mean, we have like 14-inch arms, man.
How many millimeters is that?
Can you hear my Celsius? I'm getting depressed here. That
upset.
time has come. The pouring did sound really nice in the old one, right? In the other podcast? Watch this.
It sounds like a...
Ah, that was bad.
Bad.
Sorry, guys.
That was
Sorry,
like
Celsius.
That was a weak piss.
Anyway, lift it.
Don't do it.
Before we wrap it up, I want to talk about something that might be a little controversial, and
Shocker.
I'll take the controversial side of this equation, but the privilege problem. I hate the word, first of all.
I'm spoon feeding you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Renee Elgin, who the hell are you? Never forget the most essential ingredient to achieving the ideal body beyond genetics is wealth. Okay, Renee. Now you're saying you got to be rich to be thin, to be lean.
Is it bad that I strongly disagree with it?
Okay, but let's steel man the argument, and then we're gonna push back.
No, I definitely agree with it in the sense that it's much easier to do if you have more free time, and free time comes with, I guess, having more of a disposable income.
I like that you started with free time because that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's having time is a privilege. Let's start
100%.
there. You can afford a nutritionist,
you can afford a
personal
nutritionist,
trainer.
a trainer anywhere you want. Somebody that doesn't have these means, or unfortunately, has to settle, and it is what it is. Not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying it is a lot harder.
Yeah, I didn't like one of the direct quotes from the article that said, like, you need a personal trainer, nutritionist, this and that, chef, in order to be like that. It's like,
even as
no,
personal trainers, I would say you don't. You really don't.
Obviously, you don't. But what they mean is that who are the trendsetters? Well, the wealthy Hollywood people, celebrities, fitness influencers, people that have more means, and they all have wealth, and they all can afford all these things. But that doesn't mean that it's a requirement to get there.
Definitely not. It's like a dentist is a requirement. You can't pull out your own tooth when it hurts. You can go out and exercise on your own. You can go out. You can. You can. You can go out and seek healthier food options. ChatGPT exists. The internet exists. You can do your own research. You can look up a good workout that I could do at home. You can listen to this podcast and get some good tips for free. Are you going to do it? Is it easier than to have a personal trainer telling you what to do? No, but it's possible.
But look, let's face it. Who are the people reading Time magazine? Who are the people talking about? I'll tell you who. The impossible standards, the ones that know about beauty, the ones that know about fashion, that know about trends. It's a bunch of privileged people, because guess what? The single mother working 2 jobs with 0 time to herself, she's not worrying about any of this stuff. She's just trying to survive, right? So obviously, we're talking about more of like the upper echelon or quote unquote privileged people. We're not talking about people in poverty. They could give a shit about toned arms. I'm just trying to feed my kid.
Yeah.
So yes, there is a level of privilege that we all, anyone probably listening to this podcast, is already a part of. So let's get past that privilege problem. But I know the pushback that even people listening are going to say is that, well, it is a lot easier if you're J-Lo and you have a chef and you have a nutritionist and she doesn't have to cook for herself.
Yeah.
It's like, here's this perfectly balanced meal for you. And then I show up at 10 o'clock, the trainer comes to her house and she still has to work hard and make some sacrifices, but you can't argue that it's easy. It's not easier
100%.
for somebody like that.
It's also easier if it's your life. Your life revolves around it. If your job is in fitness, if your job is in looking physically like aesthetic, you know what I mean? If that's your job, like you said to her, she has to look good. That's much easier than for somebody who, hey man, I'm just trying to get to work, like you said, feed my kids, get home, doing my little workout. Like I'm just trying to like keep my head above water here. I don't have that catered to me.
It's a really good point that you said that that's your job, because I always wonder when it's not your job, when you're just the average person, like, why are you worrying that much about your aesthetics? Like, I get that you want to take care of yourself. That's great. And I'm all for your health, your fitness, and everybody likes to look good. Great. But like, these people are like just regular people, and then veneers and the Botox and this and that, and constantly keeping up with these appearances. And I'm like, well, yeah, celebrities, they're on camera all the time. So they have to look a certain way, but you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to have those standards. Matter of fact, there's a lot of guys like myself that are put off by the lip fillers and the Botox and, oh, I can't tell the expression. I saw a show with Nicole Kidman the other day, and it's like, Nicole Kidman has no expressions anymore. It's making her a worse actress.
So I think that also comes down to the Miami problem. Like, we live if you're in California,
True.
Miami, New York, some of the most vain cities in the world.
True.
So, I mean, we're going to see a lot more of that. And I agree with you. What? Now everybody looks the same? Everybody has a Kardashian face? Like, I don't like that at all.
Did you see what the mom
Yeah.
looks
Oh,
like?
my God. I'm going to put a picture of her right here.
That's crazy, man.
It's really bad.
It looks like Kim.
It's
like if she said, surgeon, make me look like Kim.
But also, guys, stop falling for pictures of people or even videos nowadays. Stop. Like, wait till you see them in person. They're so heavily edited. You think that lady looks like that in person?
I mean, when I see her in person once a week, I have lunch with her, and she does not look like that.
What does she tell you?
She tells me I look great.
She's lying to
Don't
you.
worry, honey. That mid physique.
You're so mid. I look 20 years younger than you. Es una vieja.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is she in her 70s yet?
I don't know.
Es una viejona.
Anyway, the fact that
How old is Kris Jenner?
69.
Hey! You do have lunch with her once a week.
I do. I told you.
69.
Okay, so.
Oh, wait, is that what you want to do with her?
Oh, no thanks. I'm a married spud.
Oh, good. Good for you.
I feel confident in saying that you can get 80 to 90% of like the longevity, looking really good for your age, all of that we all want, but we're talking about women here, with living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I can say that confidently because I know a lot of people that are in this fitness world, owning a gym, and it's always the same thing. It's that one person in the friend group that everybody is always jealous of because of how good they look, because of, wow, you look so much younger. And what is the common denominator is that they're fit, they work out, they care about their bodies, about their health, about their strength, not just, the Botox and all of that. If you want to do that on the side, fine. But what I'm saying is focus on the taking care of yourself, like your health, and you're doing 80 to 90%. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on that. You really don't.
Yeah, and things kind of fall into place with that.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it. And that's why I'm proud of, and if you're listening to this, I'm probably proud of you too. But if you come to Be Fit and you're consistent and you're one of these people, like, that deserves to be celebrated. And you guys should celebrate yourselves. And hopefully if you have somebody in your life that was kind of struggling with their fitness and now they are dedicated and they're consistent, man, that's something to be celebrated. That's why it makes me happy to see people here lifting their heaviest, going out of their way, like trying just to make it in time because they want to lift, they want to like empower themselves, they want to get better.
And seeing people get stronger, what they look like, man.
Seeing people get stronger is what makes me the happiest about this job. And like, who cares? Yeah, after a while, you're gonna look better. It just is what it is. So stop hyperfixating on that.
Yeah, but better, even saying better is
better for themselves. I think they're doing it for their own reasons.
But like, it's just so messed up, like what the standards are, because like we've said in the past, but like we'll post videos and stuff, and it's like, oh, she's been training here how long? And it's like, what do you care, man? Like, she went from doing bodyweight squats to squatting 100 pounds. Like, that's a huge accomplishment. So who cares what they look like?
This
It doesn't
person
matter,
couldn't hang off a
man.
bar. Now they're hanging on the bar for 30 seconds. Like, these things are qualities, like signs of a quality life, of health, that should be celebrated more than, oh, you have nice toned arms.
Because again, you can fake that. That's the illusion of strength. And then we see real strength every day.
Exactly.
Can fitness aesthetics coexist with authentic empowerment?
Yes, I would hope so. I think that these things can go hand in hand. I think you can chase the aesthetic while also trying to get stronger. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to pick one or the other. And I think if you prioritize, that's my issue really, is people prioritize the aesthetics. If you prioritize strength,
And then they quit because it didn't match their expectations.
100%. I think they can absolutely coexist. Strength and vanity can meet in the middle.
Vanity,
Right?
okay.
I mean, that's what it is. It's vanity.
Yeah, that's the optimistic side of it, and I agree with you. I mean, I can vouch for the fact that obviously you guys know I have some sort of body dysmorphia as I talk on this podcast, but I can say that yes, aesthetics are a big goal of mine, but I love all the other side of it too. Like, I love being physically capable. I love being able to, like, run around and put my body in all these scenarios and try things and hike, and it's like, oh wow, my body can do that. That's empowering to me.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's how it feels like for women too. And in this new day and age where we're not just thinking about aesthetics, but I do think that they can coexist. I would warn people not to put too much emphasis on the toned arms thing, because that's what leads to, like, quitting. You're not gonna have the arms the way you want to because
We're never
you never
satisfied
do.
either. We're never satisfied.
Exactly. So then you say, screw this fitness thing. Why even weight train if I'm not getting the results I want? And I just want to warn against that, because I think that the winning strategy is I work out because it's really good for me. It's good for my quality of life. I feel good. It's empowering. Gives me energy. I'm resilient. I'm protecting myself against all these diseases and just like the frailty of old age. And also, I'm chasing these aesthetic goals that's cherry on top. If I get there, great. If it takes me 2 years, if I don't ever get quite how I want, but I'm still
better than I was if I wasn't doing it.
There you go. I think that's the winning mindset.
I agree 100%. And I think that strength and aesthetics can both be overpowering. I think that's what we're basically saying here. They can both be they can both be empowering because, like you said, I like to feel good and I like to feel strong and I like to feel all those things. But I also like to, be doing lateral raises and see my arms and, damn, in my eyes, I look better than I did a month ago. And that, for me, empowers me to continue. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. But here's one of the problems with, and then we can do a whole podcast on this one, but so identifying too much with your beauty is a slippery slope because we all get old, So what happens is if you're one of those people that was always identified, and maybe you were like in the, super lean, genetically gifted status, but then now you're 50, now you're 58, now you're 69, and I'm guarantee you're not gonna look like Kris Jenner. That lady has access to all kinds of stuff.
Baby blood.
What's gonna happen is you start sagging. If you're a man, you're not as muscular anymore by nature, so
You're naughty.
by nature. But seriously, it messes with people's heads. This happens a lot to
100%.
like really pretty women because all their lives they've been
They celebrated for it.
showered with this
Yeah.
beauty, and all of a sudden you're 62. And I'm sorry, but you could be pretty for 62, but you can't compete with a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, what do I identify with? I've always been the pretty one. So I'm not a psychologist, but I would say have something more than that, beyond that, especially as you get older.
Tie your identity to your strength, not to your vanity.
I like that. I think about that too as a aging man. I said I was younger. I was young, but
AG man.
no, but like, I'm 39, 38 now. By the time I'm in 10 years, I can't compare to myself to like 26-year-old Julian. Like, I'm not gonna be that
jacked.
muscular, that fit. I can't jump as high, so I better have other things that I'm like proud of or that I can
100%.
do because it's like I can't identify with that like youthfulness. You just can't. So you gotta have something else there like to back that up.
100%. I'll always be here to back you up.
Thank you. We still have mid physique though.
You do. I'm sure you guys have comments.
So comment, share, like, subscribe, all of that.
I think we need to finish this by saying, let's stop going for toned. Let's not stop even using the word toned, because what is toned? No, like seriously, what
is toned?
No, like I'm seriously asking you, what is toned?
What are you talking about?
But seriously, toned is just a reflection for me more on your genetics, more than who you are as a person, your strength, your consistency, all these things. So let's stop glorifying these toned armed women and start glorifying the hard workers, the strong single mom, the person that busts their ass at the gym. Like, I wish there was some way to like put that on a shirt and say, this is who I am, so people could celebrate that, not the billionaire with ripped arms because of genetics and circumstance.
I mean, I love that. I agree with it. I think about it all the time. Not to get too deep here, but like, I always think about how some of the people I respect the most in our society, like they go under the radar, like they quietly, they're not doing something that's like, oh, visibly celebrated, like our mom.
Our mother,
you
I was
know,
thinking the same thing.
for a long time, raised us pretty much on her own, worked, you know, like crazy, didn't really do a lot for herself, which I'm not saying that's a good thing, but sacrificed completely. That's not the person getting claps on Instagram. That's not the person getting all these likes and hearts and validation. It's just secretly doing, like, taking the high
very
road.
best, the
you
very
know?
best,
And it's like,
yeah.
I know what you're saying. Celebrate that kind of stuff.
100%.
You know? So
And our mother does work out 5 days a week. And
she does, actually.
thank God she does, because she's resilient.
But she didn't have time back in the day. She was
didn't.
one of those, you know, they're not privileged enough.
dedicating everything to her kids. God bless her.
Repos.
So, you know, I'm grateful every day that she's able to play with her kids. She's able to, God forbid she falls, she can pick herself up. She's strong. She's resilient. So shouldn't we want that for all our moms and everybody we care about, like all the women in our lives?
Yeah.
With that being said, guys, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Beef It Brothers
Podcast. If you want a mid physique like us, download our free Kickstarter.
You don't download Kickstarter.
Hope you got a good day.